Congratulations, you're one step closer to winning your league in 2025. We're looking to come for the money in best ball. We're looking to make the championship in 2025 in your redraft league. We're looking to win dynasty, all that stuff. These 7 players are league winners. What makes a league winner? Well, it has to be 50% or more owned by championship winning teams that season. That's right. I think all 7 of these players are going to be guys that have that upside to be that guy. And guess what? A lot of these guys are low in ADP. So the fact that they have to be owned by a majority of teams, we're aiming for the ceiling, baby. We're not going, take Garrett Wilson, ADP of 30. He'll be a league winner. First of all, he won't be. Don't. But second off, we're going for the ceiling. First guy, ADP of 140. His coaching staff has said they want him to be a Pro Bowler. Future Pro Bowler, give me the upside. Let's get into it right now, man. A lot of names, a lot of stuff to cover. Smash the like and subscribe button. Here we go. First things first, he's on the board. ADP of 140, meaning this guy's going in round 12 of your redraft league. You're not really investing much. Now, he had 7.7 PPR points per game in 2024. Yeah, stop lying. Let's filter this down to the second half of that bad boy last season. Okay, he still only had 7.8. Why am I so excited about Isaiah Likely? It's not like he spiked up in the second half of the year. He was around 7.8 all season. Well, there's a main reason. Contract year, Mark Andrews. He's going into a contract year. Mark Andrews is going to be phased out this season. They're probably not going to bring him back. Isaiah Luck is going to want a bag as well. And then you got the coaching staff. Harbaugh says, we think Isaiah Luck will be a Pro Bowler in 2025. So to be a Pro Bowler, what does that mean? It means you got to be good. You got to be good, and he's not going about blocking. Not going to block his way to the Pro Bowl. So the reason I actually like Isaiah Likely is if we filter down the second half of last year, let's look at the snap share, right? The snap percentage for both these guys. Isaiah Likely, 61%. Mark Andrews, 69%. So that's great. You might be saying, I don't see it. So let's actually filter out. Let's expand this a little bit higher. Let's go to tight ends. We're gonna look at Mark Andrews. Let's look at Mark Andrews' career average snap percent. So in 2022, it peaked at 84%. 2023, 72. 2024, 62. Interesting. Now, if we look at Isaiah Likely, he actually is going to have the inverse trend. 40%, 44%, 60%. You can see a big jump in the snap percentage last year. And he actually had a pretty solid touchdown rate to show for it. And his best yards per out run of his career at 1.93. So Isaiah Likely is trending up. Mark Andrews is trending down. Now, I do think Mark Andrews will still be heavily involved in the red zone this year, which might limit Isaiah Likely's touchdown role. But I honestly think Isaiah Likely, if we're looking at guys where Lamar Jackson's got to throw the ball, I think it's going to go to Likely over Andrews unless they're in their red zone. So I think Isaiah Likely is going to have a solid year this year. Now, I know we're saying league winner. I think he's going to be a league winner in value. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to make you the championship because he's not Jamar Chase type ceiling. But when we're looking at tight end values late in the draft, Isaiah Likely is one of my favorite right here with an ADP of 140. The next name is actually going to be another tight end. It's going to be Tyler Warren. So we don't have to go too far. Tyler Warren is going to be a good name to take because Tyler Warren, listen, this guy's getting good buzz out of training camp. Tyler Warren is probably, tied for second immediately with at least being the number 2 option for pass catching in his offense. You have Pittman, you have Josh Downs. Let's call him 1A, 1B. Let's call Warren 1C. At worst, he's going to be the second pass catcher in his offense. There's not much upside there. I think Daniel Jones is probably going to be playing a majority of games is what it looks like. And even if it's Richardson, Warren's upside might be a little bit lower. If it's Daniel Jones, I think Tyler Warren could be used even in tush-push formation on the goal line. We saw that a lot at Penn State. The rushing upside's there. But Tyler Warren, think about this. Daniel Jones threw a lot of slot passes to Wan'Dale Robinson. Daniel Jones can't really chuck the ball deep. He's going to be going to Tyler Warren in the middle of the field. He's going to be wide open. So Warren is a hell of an athlete, high draft capital. Look for Warren to absolutely smash the second half of this season in 2024. His ADP is 120. So good upside there. Now we head over to a quarterback. We head over to Scam Darnold himself. Now, why do I like Sam Darnold? The reason I like Sam Darnold is because he finished as the QB7, I think, and QB9, my bad, shoot me. QB9 in 2024. Obviously, his career best year by far. Now, you might say, listen, he had KOC, he had the QB whisperer in his ear. I get it. You're right. He had 18.1 fantasy points per game. His touchdown rate was very high. That contributed to his success. 2 touchdowns per game. He threw the ball a lot. He threw the ball often. His interceptions were actually not that good either. He almost had 1 interception per game, so he was kind of just chucking the ball deep. Rushing upside, not really. So the concerning part here about Scam Darnold is actually the way he ended the season was not good. So let's filter this out for what Sam Darnold did in the first half of the year. Weeks 1 to 10. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, because this is saying, let's filter this out a little bit even further. Let's go weeks 5 to 10. So maybe it was more of a breakout. Yeah, weeks 5 to 10, this guy was trash. Let's see what he did the second half of the season. So weeks 10 to 18, it can't be much worse. It's got to be better. Yeah, so I guess the second half of the season he was better. So it must have just been a short time span of the final week, the final playoffs. Yeah, this guy looked bad in the final week of the year in 2024, and that might be why I remember him being so bad, but I guess not. Look, the final half of the year, 19 points per game. That's solid. We'll take that. A lot of passing attempts, 35 passing attempts per game, 270 passing yards per game, over 2 touchdowns per game. High numbers. Sam Darnold now goes through a new offense with JSN. You have Cooper Kupp. I think it's honestly, he's set up for success, I think, in Seattle as well. And I think Seattle's going to be trailing a decent amount of games. They're playing in a tough NFC West division. The defenses you might see might be better. The Seahawks do have kind of a favorable schedule, a little bit lighter. I don't think Darnold's going to be, top 5 QB. I honestly think Darnold could fall a little bit. I think Darnold is not going to have, the as good of a chance for success as he did with the Vikings coaching staff and with Jefferson. So I think Darnold might not be QB 9. I think Darnold might be QB 11. You're still getting a lot of value, because if I consult, where is Sam Darnold ranked? Sam Darnold is currently ranked as QB 28th, and he just finished as QB 9. So that's why there's value to be had with Sam Darnold himself. Next name up is Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco is a good one, man. Pacheco's a very good name to break down. 7th round draft pick. He obviously had a good story. 2023, let's see what he did. 2023, he was RB14, averaged 15 points per game. He was involved as a receiver, 3.5 targets per game, 66 rushing yards, 4.3 yards per carry. He was efficient. That's fine and dandy. 2024, you're not going to like it. Bam, red. 8 points per game. This guy sucks. He doesn't suck. Let's filter out the first 5 weeks when this guy was healthy. I think he played 3 weeks in that span, but let's just expand. It doesn't count when he was injured. He averaged 16 points per game. He was the RB13 in that time frame. His efficiency was actually not great either. 3.9, which is not terrible. Touchdown rate was low. He had 27 receiving yards per game, and he got a 73% snap share. This guy played a lot. He was the clear RB1. Then you have him come back from injury. When he comes back from injury, it's the Kareem Hunt show. 38% snap share. Of course he's going to have the worst end of the season ever when he's barely playing. He just came off of a broken fibula, whatever it was, broken leg. So that's why he was so bad the second half of the year. Don't be fooled. Isaiah Pacheco healthy, this will be his backfield. Now, I actually have long-term health concerns. His rushing style does not condone healthy running back play. So keep that in mind. But he currently has an ADP of mid-80s, low 90s. I'll be taking that for sure. It's a no-brainer. You got to go ahead and get somebody, man. RB1, close to ADP of 100. There's only a few. There's Brian Robinson Jr., there's Isaiah Pacheco, maybe Tony Pollard, but he's a bit higher in ADP. I love Pacheco's ADP. I think Pacheco has the chance to actually be a league winner and turn out a RB2, RB1 season. We have Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, this is one of those guys, I know I said I wouldn't give you somebody in the height of ADP. I like Marvin Harrison Jr., and the reason I like Marvin Harrison Jr., it's really for one specific reason, the prospect profile. Now, he had a not-so-good season in 2024, disappointing by most standards. I think he averaged around 12 points per game. But the reason I still like him is the Cardinals' offense still projects to be pretty solid. I think Trey McBride can lose some of his volume. He'll shed some of that volume over to Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Again, 11.5 PPR points per game average. The efficiency wasn't great either. He was involved in the red zone, though, and that's something important. McBride wasn't scoring. Marvin Harrison was. You can't expect Marvin Harrison Jr. to be much worse than he was in 2024. You can only expect the chemistry to get better. Now, if we look at this new range of outcomes tool, it'll give us some comps to Marvin Harrison Jr. You have a rookie wide receiver, some of the comps for the year 2. You can see year 2, you got T. Higgins, Golden Tate, DK Metcalf. These are some good comparisons we're seeing right here. Drake London, Jordan Addison, DK Metcalf. So there's obviously some solid names to be comparing him to for year 2 breakouts. The prospect profiles alone is enough to get me excited. His ADP is around 43, probably where he should have been getting drafted last year, to be honest, when he was going inside the top 2 rounds. Go to another receiver, and this one's going to be interesting. It's Jalen Waddle. Now, I didn't think I'd be too excited about Waddle this year. Then you have Jonnu Smith leaving. You have Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, how long is he going to stay healthy? Jalen Waddle, he was trash. Jalen Waddle was bad in 2024. but it's fine. Tua wasn't there, so let's just chalk it up. Tua wasn't there. We've seen him be good the last 3 years. We've had a larger sample size, 15, 15, 14 points per game. Not too shabby, right? And where Jalen Waddle is currently being ranked with an ADP of around 60, like his current ADP is 57, and he's ranked as wide receiver 28, which looking at the 3 seasons prior, he hasn't finished outside of the wide receiver 20. Only once, only in 2024, the most recent season. So with Jonnu Smith vacating a lot of targets, it's going to be the Jalen Waddle show in my eyes. He's already standing out at training camp. So Jalen Waddle, I expect to have a big year as long as the quarterback play goes well for Miami. So I like that a lot. He's going to be one of my favorite players to be taking in best ball. The final name is Chris Godwin. Godwin is falling down boards because you don't know about the injury. As of right now when I'm recording this, we don't really have a lot of clarity. He's not at training camp. This guy had 19.7 points per game in the games he was healthy, good touchdown rate, good yards per route run. He looked really, really solid with Baker Mayfield. And he got an extension. So they can't be too concerned in the long term. He's going to be back at some point. Let's just say he misses the first 3 games. I don't care. He currently has an ADP of 73, wide receiver 35. Chris Godwin has never finished, 2023, sure, wide receiver 33. Outside of that, top 15 wide receiver, I have nothing. Nothing tells me that when he's healthy, he will be below top 15 again this year. So I'm build the injury in. I think it's already built into his price. He's already around 73. Now, if we get news, Chris Godwin's out 4 games, his ADP will drop probably to 110. I don't care where it is. I need Godwin on my team this year. I think Godwin is the highest potential of league winner, which if you stay to the end, you got the best for last. Thanks for watching, boys. Go win your league. Peace.